Today, I spoke with a royals expert about the funeral and what she noticed during the somber day of remembrance. Pentazzi is the lifestyle deputy editor at Insider. Thanks for being on the show tonight.
Thank you for having me.
So what were your impressions watching the funeral?
You know, I thought it was a really classy and respectful service. I think if there's one thing that about Prince Philip's funeral that will go down in history, it's the very unique circumstances of this event. Being in the pandemic, this was an event that was meant to have 800 people in Prince Philip's original plans, and it was whittled down to a guest list of just 30 guests. And to me, what really stood out there was that harrowing image of the Queen sitting alone at St. George's Chapel during the ceremony. To me, that really captured the loneliness of grieving during the pandemic. And it's an experience that millions of people in this last year have faced. So that visual was really poignant and I'm sure resonated with millions of people who were watching it around the world.
It's historic in so many ways, and it really summarizes our time around the world. Were there any surprises or moments that really stood out to you?
Actually, I will say I was quite surprised to see Prince Harry and Prince William in discussion following the ceremony. So Buckingham Palace had confirmed before to the media, to People magazine, that Prince William and Prince Harry would be walking in the processional behind Prince Philip's casket as it made its way to St. George's Chapel. However, they would be separated by their cousin, Peter Phillips. And this was interesting. The statement that Buckingham Palace had given was that they did not want to draw into the perception of drama. So it was interesting to see the two princes actually taking it upon themselves to regroup after the ceremony and to be talking. They broke away from the group outside and were walking alongside the Duchess of Cambridge. And I thought that was a really remarkable moment that signaled perhaps a shift in their relationship. You know, since Harry and Meghan's bombshell interview with Oprah Winfrey, we have all been wondering what this state of William and Harry's relationship is, and perhaps this event was really a unifier for the two of them. And
Prince Philip actually did his own planning for his funeral, right, about 20 years ago. That's interesting.
He did. There were many personal touches today that we saw, from the Land Rover, which was just something he'd spent 16 years working on. He had commissioned this design of a Land Rover to be turned into a hearse. And he loved Land Rovers. He drove them for many, many years. So it was really a nice touch to show his character and personality. And I was a little surprised that we did see these elements coming through. But again, Prince Philip, while he was entitled to a state funeral, he didn't have that. He actually kind of had his own, you know, like you said, he had his own participation in this and planned it for many years. From what I've heard, he also took it's kind of dark humor here, but he took some delight in, you know, some people who were involved in the planning of his funeral had passed away before he had, and he took some delight in that. So he really was involved, and he knew exactly what his funeral should look like. Of course, he would not have anticipated it being, you know, amid a global pandemic, but he did really want this military focus, which we saw with the troops there, and it was just such a powerful imagery that I think really paid respect nicely to Prince Philip.
And lastly, we're almost out of time, but I quickly wanted you to touch on the touching moment near the end when they all read Prince Philip's titles and had his medals on display. What were some of the other personal touches incorporated into the funeral today?
Actually, one came from Kate Middleton, and this may not have been noticed as visibly as the military medals that were on display that the senior male royals were wearing. Kate Middleton had turned up wearing a pearl necklace that meant a lot to the Queen and Prince Philip. It belonged to the Queen, or it belongs to the Queen, and she had worn it last to commemorate one of their wedding anniversaries. So this was a really special tribute just from her to Prince Philip that I thought was also a nice touch on the day.
A very memorable day, a sad day. Chloe, thank you very much for joining us tonight.
Thank you for having me.